Some moments divide a life into before and after, even when you do not know it yet. What I am about to share began as an ordinary season, but it slowly turned into a road marked by fear, pain, and a hope I never expected to find. Before you continue, please tell me in the comments where you are watching or reading from. Let us connect as one family and continue to pray for one another wherever we are in the world. I was born into a Hindu family where faith was not just a belief but a rule of life. Every morning began with incense smoke curling toward the ceiling. The smell of burning herbs filled our home. My mother rang small bells while my father bowed low before the statues. I learned early that devotion meant obedience and silence. I did everything expected of me. I fasted on holy days. I memorized chants I did not fully understand. I visited temples crowded with color, sound, and movement. From the outside, my life looked complete. Inside, something felt missing, like hunger that food could not fix. I often asked myself why peace felt so far away. I tried harder. I prayed longer. I punished my body, hoping discipline would bring calm. Instead, fear followed me. Fear of failing the gods. Fear of disappointing my family. Fear of being cursed if I doubted. At night, when the house slept, my thoughts became louder. I wondered if the divine could truly see me. I wondered if love was real or just another reward for good behavior. These questions scared me, so I kept them hidden deep inside my chest. In my community, questions were dangerous. I worked in my uncle's shop, selling fabrics under the hot sun. Customers smiled, friends laughed, life moved forward. Yet my heart felt heavy. Sometimes I stood still in the noise of the market and felt strangely alone, as if I were watching my life from far away. The first trouble began when I stopped pretending. I did not announce anything. I did not reject my family or their ways. I only grew quiet. I no longer joined every ritual. I no longer bowed with the same force. My eyes searched instead of obeyed. People noticed. Whispers started softly, like insects in the dark. Neighbors looked at me longer than usual. Friends asked questions with sharp smiles. My parents became tense. My mother watched me closely, as if I were slowly slipping from her hands. One evening, my father told me I was changing. He showed me his disappointment through silence rather than anger. That silence hurt more than shouting ever could. Soon, pressure turned into punishment. Relatives stopped visiting. Invitations disappeared. At the shop, customers avoided my stall. Someone spread a rumor that I was disrespecting the gods. Children pointed at me in the street. Elders shook their heads when I passed. I felt shame wrap around me like a tight rope. At home, meals became quiet battles. My mother cried when she thought I could not hear her. My father avoided my eyes. They feared I would bring disgrace upon the family. They feared punishment from heaven and rejection from society. I tried to explain that I was only searching, but my words fell flat. Searching was seen as rebellion. Doubt was treated like disease. The pain grew heavier when threats began. One night, a group of young men cornered me near the temple road. Their faces were hard. They accused me of betraying our way of life. They warned me of consequences if I continued on my strange path. I returned home shaking, my heart racing, my body weak. Fear became my shadow. I slept poorly. Loud sounds made me jump. Every knock on the door felt dangerous. I asked myself if seeking truth was worth losing everything. I wondered if I should return to silence and pretend again. Yet deep inside, something refused to die. Even in fear, I felt drawn toward something gentle, something clean. I could not name it yet. I only knew that despite rejection, despite pain, I felt strangely seen. I did not know then that my life was moving toward a moment that would change everything. I did not know that the same search causing my suffering would soon lead me to a vision, a healing, and a love stronger than fear. For now, all I knew was this. I was losing the world I had always known, and I had no idea what would take its place. I did not know that the darkest night of my life would become the doorway to light. What happened next was not planned, not imagined, and not something I was searching for. Yet it found me when I was at my weakest. By this time, the persecution had grown worse. I was still Arjun, still 27 years old, still living under the same roof, but I no longer felt safe anywhere. My name had become a problem. My silence had become an offense. My questions had turned into accusations against me. Every day felt heavy. In the market, people no longer spoke to me kindly. Some refused to touch the fabric I sold, as if my hands carried something unclean. Others laughed behind my back. A few stared at me with anger that scared me. I felt like a stranger in the place I grew up. At home, the pain was deeper. My parents no longer trusted me. They watched me closely, as if waiting for me to destroy everything they had built. My relatives stopped visiting. My family name began to lose respect. I knew this because neighbors stopped greeting us. Children were told not to play near our house. One evening, my father showed me his fear through his actions. He took away my small savings and warned me through his behavior that I should not continue this path. He believed hardship would force me back. My mother cried quietly at night, and her tears broke me more than any punishment. I felt like the cause of everyone's suffering. The worst moment came when violence touched my life. Late one night, as I walked home, I was surrounded by men I recognized from the area. Their faces were hard. Their hands were not gentle. They pushed me, struck me, and left bruises on my body and deeper wounds in my heart. They showed me that leaving the old ways, even silently, had a price. I went home bleeding, ashamed, and afraid. I hid my injuries so my parents would not be blamed. I cleaned my wounds alone. I lay on the floor of my small room, shaking. My body hurt, but my soul hurt more. I felt unwanted by people and forgotten by God. That night, something inside me broke. I did not pray the way I was taught. I did not chant. I did not bow. I only lay there, empty. My heart was tired. My mind was tired. My faith was tired. I remember staring at the ceiling, tears running into my ears, wondering if life was worth continuing like this. I felt trapped between fear and truth, between family and conscience, between living and giving up. Then sleep came, soft and unexpected. In that place between waking and dreaming, the room changed. The darkness did not feel heavy anymore. A presence filled the space, calm and strong. I could not see clearly at first, but I felt peace before understanding anything else. Fear left my body. My heart slowed down. I became aware of a man standing near me. He did not shout. He did not threaten. He did not judge. He showed me love without touching me. He revealed compassion without demanding anything. His presence felt like safety, like rest after a long journey. He showed me my life. I saw my pain. I saw my fear. I saw the rejection, the beating, the loneliness. He revealed to me that none of it was hidden. He showed me that my suffering mattered. I felt understood for the first time in my life. He revealed himself as Jesus. I did not hear exact words, but understanding filled my heart. He showed me that I was not abandoned. He revealed that love was not earned through pain. He showed me grace, something I had never known before. Then he showed me my body. I became aware of the pain I carried, the bruises, the weakness. He revealed healing not through force, but through peace. I felt warmth move through me, slow and gentle, like light washing away darkness. When I opened my eyes, the room was quiet. I was awake. The pain in my body was gone. The fear in my chest was gone. My heart felt light, but my life outside that room had not changed yet. I knew persecution would continue. I knew rejection would remain. But something inside me was different. That night, I understood this truth. Even if the world rejects you, heaven can still find you. I thought the vision would end the struggle, but instead, it marked me. What happened after that night did not bring applause or comfort. It brought fire, loss, and a deeper kind of pain that touched every part of my life. When morning came, I woke up different. My body felt strong. The wounds from the beating were gone. My head was clear, but my heart was restless. I could not forget what I had seen. The peace from that night stayed with me like a quiet light, even when fear tried to return. I did not tell anyone. I knew what would happen if I did. In my community, stories like mine were not welcomed. They were dangerous. I went to work as usual, but people noticed something had changed. I walked differently. I looked calmer. That calm made them uncomfortable. Rumors spread fast. Someone said I had turned away from our gods. Someone else said I had been influenced by foreigners. Others said I was cursed. These words moved faster than I could defend myself. The persecution became open. At the market, my uncle told me to leave the shop. He showed me through his actions that my presence was bad for business. Friends stopped standing near me. People crossed the road to avoid me. I felt erased while still alive. At home, things fell apart. My parents confronted me without words. My father showed his anger by refusing to look at me. My mother showed her pain through constant tears. They believed I had invited shame and danger into our home. Soon, relatives came. They did not come with kindness. They pressured my parents. They warned them that the family would be cut off. They revealed that if I continued this path, my parents would lose respect, support, and protection. I became the burden. One night, my father showed me the final line. Through his actions, he made it clear that I was no longer welcome if I continued. I packed a small bag with shaking hands. I left the house where I was born without knowing where I would sleep. The streets were not kind. I slept near closed shops and quiet roads. Hunger became normal. Cold nights became familiar. People insulted me when they recognized me. Some threw small stones. Others spat near my feet. They showed me that my choice had removed my right to dignity. The fear returned, but it did not rule me. In the middle of rejection, I remembered the presence from that night. I remembered how Jesus showed me love without force. I remembered how he revealed that I was seen. One evening, alone and weak, I felt that same presence again, not as a vision but as understanding. He revealed to me that following truth would cost me comfort. He showed me that love does not always protect you from pain, but it protects your soul from becoming empty. He revealed that suffering does not mean failure. I realized then that I was no longer searching. I had found something worth losing everything for. The persecution did not stop, it became sharper. But inside me, fear no longer had power. Even when my stomach was empty and my name was mocked, my heart felt full. I was rejected by people, but I was no longer alone. And that is when I understood. Meeting Jesus was not the end of my suffering, it was the beginning of my transformation. I thought losing everything would break me, but what happened next proved that love can grow even in the darkest place. This is the part of my story where pain did not win, even though it tried with all its strength. By this time, I was completely alone. I had no home, I had no job, I had no protection. I moved from place to place, sleeping near closed shops, behind buildings, or under trees when the rain allowed it. My body grew thin, my clothes tore. Hunger became my daily companion. People did not just ignore me, they hunted weakness. Some recognized me and mocked me loudly. Others blamed me for bad things happening in the area. A few men pushed me away from public spaces, showing me that I no longer belonged anywhere. Children were warned not to come near me. I became a lesson of shame. The persecution reached deeper levels. One night, a group followed me. They threw stones and dirt. They showed me through their actions that my life had little value to them. I fell and hurt my leg badly while trying to escape. No one helped. No one cared. I lay there in pain until the street became quiet again. My body was broken. I dragged myself to a hidden corner and stayed there for days. The wound became infected. Fever came. My vision blurred. I thought this was how my life would end, alone, rejected, and forgotten. But even there, I was not alone. In my weakness, I felt a presence again. Not strong like before, but gentle and close. Jesus showed me that suffering was not punishment. He revealed to me that my life still had purpose. He showed me care when humans showed me cruelty. Slowly healing came. The fever left, the wound closed, strength returned, step by step. I knew this healing was not normal. I knew it was mercy. I knew it was love. Soon after, a small group of believers found me. They did not ask questions with anger. They helped me clean my wounds. They gave me food. They treated me like family. Through their actions, I saw the same love Jesus had shown me. But persecution did not stop. When people discovered I was being helped by Christians, the attacks increased. The group was threatened. They were warned to leave me or face trouble. Some of them lost jobs, some were beaten. Still, they did not abandon me. Through them, Jesus showed me true faith. I was baptized quietly, away from crowds. I knew that if my family or community found out, there would be no return. But fear no longer ruled me. Love had taken its place. Today, my life is not easy. I still face rejection, I still carry scars, I still live carefully, but my heart is healed, my soul is free. I was persecuted by people, but healed by Jesus. If you are reading this and you are a Christian, I ask you with my whole heart to pray for those who are persecuted for their faith around the world. Pray for those beaten, rejected, imprisoned, and forgotten. Pray that they remain strong and feel the love of God even in pain. And if you are reading this and you feel the call to turn away from sin and follow Jesus, you can do so right now. In your heart, speak to God. Acknowledge your need for forgiveness. Believe that Jesus came, suffered, died, and rose again. Ask Him to lead your life, heal your heart, and make you new. Choose to follow Him with faith and humility. I am living proof that even when the world rejects you, Jesus never does.